Hi everybody, Miss C-Check here, and Bo. Say hi, Bo. Wave the camera. Sorry for the late submission of this video. I did the geometry video first, but if it makes you guys feel better, Bo did not make an appearance in the geometry video because he was still sleeping. So you guys get the little added bonus of Bo being here as well. So welcome to day one of remote learning. So as you can see on the screen, you'll see your stream here on Google Classroom for what you guys need to do for the week. Now, a couple things about remote learning. Everything up until this point has been optional. There were points assigned. Nothing was being formally taken for a grade, except for one of the assignments that now is being formally assigned. Otherwise, if you didn't get a chance to watch the Ed Puzzle video or any of that, it was completely optional. Okay, from here on out, we will be taking grades on many of the assignments, and they're going to be counting as assessment grades. Now, not as much as your previous tests and quizzes are, obviously, but to give you guys the added benefit of doing these assignments and seeing value to them, they're going to go in as assessment grades, which should presumably help most of your grades. And even if it doesn't, the lowest grade you can get is what you left with on March 16th. So those of you that it brings it down, which it shouldn't, that lower grade won't count. That also being said, even if you had an A, a B, a C, whatever prior to remote learning, it is not optional. You will receive an incomplete for this semester if you choose not to do any of this. So do stuff, okay? Now, there are not going to be any formal quizzes or tests given via remote learning. There's just going to be quick checks, practices, things that, again, will count as assessment grades but aren't formal assessments. Okay, so keep that all in mind. And any questions on any of that, let me know. Now, what you're going to see each week is, I'm going to post on the screen here. This will be the first thing I posted this week is this little plan of attack for remote learning. Now, officially this week we don't have school on Friday, so that's why there's only like 4 days worth of information, but normally it'll be 5 days worth of things. And this week it's all review. Right? We were required to make everything review this week just to get you back into things and not penalize those of you that were not taking advantage of the optional assignments. So your first two things you are doing this week is you are just watching these review videos. Now, these are not Ed Puzzle videos. They are just YouTube links. I'm not counting them as a grade. Going forward, we will do more with Ed Puzzle, where I'm going to be checking to make sure you watch each lesson via that and you'll get points for it. That's not the case this week. So watch the videos, take notes that you need just to refresh yourself, but it's not a formal grade. From there, there is a class Padlet that I added. That I'd like you guys to add to. Now, with this class Padlet, it's just a nice way for us to keep track of some things that we learned through this, either that you remember or that you kind of relearned from the video or looking through your notes on activity 28, activity 29, and then the beginning of vector stuff that we talked about Monday before we left. So to add to the Padlet, what you're going to see here is down at the bottom, down for a second. Down at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, myself a little bit, you'll see an add button. And what you can do is you can add something to the Padlet if you need to. Let's say, for instance, you want to talk about finding the magnitude of a vector. And I don't really have a great math type here, but one thing you can do, notice you have a lot of options if you hit this button here for more. You'll see you can add a drawing, which is pretty helpful. So let's say to find the magnitude of a vector, you want to let everybody know that's found by taking the square root of a squared plus b squared. Remember to use parentheses in case a and b are negative. I'm going to save that. And now I have that to add to the board. Okay, what you can do from there is you can connect it, so you can hit connect to a post. I'm going to connect it to this post so we see kind of that flow out. So it's kind of nice. You can connect and see where things go since this came from the vector stuff. Now let's say you want to add on to that. Maybe you have a comment to that you would like to post in here. For instance, maybe you want to give an example, or if you want to do another box here, you could say like, oh, an example of this is, we could say, given 2 comma negative 5 component form here, find the magnitude. And maybe somebody else will answer it, or you can answer your own question. Just give some added things there. Again, you can feel free to add to this, but basically my goal for this is that we have something to look back to and reference from here, the review stuff. So we can play around with just adding to the review. So we have this big class. It's going to be combined between all 3 sections, review of all things kind of from here. Okay, so that's Padlet. From here, if you see on here, there's 3 assignments to link via Go Formative. So what you're going to notice is when you click on those assignments, for instance, here is the 32-1, 32-2 combined practice. Now, this is actually the worksheet that you received on March 16th. I'm just going to have you formally turn it in here. So if you've already done the worksheet, cool. You can just kind of transfer your answers. If you want to redo it just to refresh yourself, cool as well. But basically what you'll do is you'll click on the link. And when you go to log in, you all actually have an account by signing up with Google Classroom. I've transferred you into, as long as you did it prior to 9:50 today, I've transferred you over, and if not, I'll keep updating it. But what you'll do is you will hit sign in with Google. And from there, you will sign in with Google using your PST202 information. So you'll type in your PST202 email and then your password for that in order to be able to log in. Now, once you are logged into this, all right, for instance, you'll see here's the combined practice. What you're going to do is start typing in your answers. So are these equal? So you could say, yes, they are equal, or no, they're not equal. Now, depending on the settings I have, what you're going to notice over here is, for instance, if this is an instantaneous feedback type thing, it'll give you a green if it is correct or red if it is not. Notice on this particular worksheet, I do not have it set up so that you see the answers instantaneously. You're going to have to submit to be able to see the answers. So you can say why these are not, explanation here. If at any point you have a question about anything, notice this little box right here. All right, you have this little drop down here. You can type me a message, especially when you're working on stuff that maybe it's like a quick check or something like that. You could type me a message and I can respond back to you through Go Formative. I can also give you feedback on some of your questions. If you submit them, I can give you feedback on things. Questions like graphing ones, like you'll notice down here for number 5, the show your work ones. You can just draw in, or some people were using like lines. They were, drawing in, okay, here's my answer, this way, and they, made it into a vector again, and then you'll hit done and things like that. So that's all there. If you ever need to type anything with math type, notice you have square root, or you can type. They have fractions in here, 9, 6 squared, whatever you're typing in. They have some math type as well in there for you, and that's all via Go Formative. And this just helps me keep track of things, give you guys better feedback, and again, certain ones like this worksheet, you're not going to see your answers until you submit. Some of them are also set up so that you won't see the answers until the end of the week when the assignment's due, after everybody's had the opportunity to do it and submit their answers. Then you'll see your score as well. Those of you that were doing the Go Formative over break, if you finish that, awesome. That is one less thing you have to do on the to-do list. And that one's set up where you're going to get instantaneous feedback, which is kind of nice. So you can see, as you're working, if you're getting your answers right or wrong. Right, but on any of it, if you have questions, feel free to use the feedback button, email me, just let me know. I did include on these a copy of the PDF printouts, because I know some of you, like myself, like to work this out pen and paper. So if you have the ability to print these, there's that as well, just kind of the blank copy. Okay, so kind of to recap for this week, one last time. Basically, the 3 things that I'm checking into the gradebook are all via Go Formative. It's the 32-1, 32-2 practice worksheet that we were just looking at, that you guys hopefully have done actually from prior to break. There is also going to be a 32-1, 32-2 quick check that's on Go Formative. You guys have not seen yet, so that's new. And then the last thing that's going to be checked in is that 28, 29, 32-1, 32-2 review guide. Again, some of you already completed that, so if you're done with that, you're good to go. You need to finish it up, or if you have not done it yet, make sure you let me know. Now, a couple things. I know some of you had some trouble logging in for whatever reason. It was only seniors in my first hour or second hour there, and it wasn't all seniors, but some of you have reached out. I tried remind messaging or emailing you back about what you can do to log into GoFormative, because for some reason it didn't link fully to your Google account. I don't know why, but if you're one of those people I should have already reached out to, but let me know if you're having issues. Otherwise, again, log in with Google and your PSHS email and password. Everything that is assigned, you do not have to do by like 2:10 today. I have the suggested schedule of how you should finish things out, but if you have more time on a Monday than you do a Tuesday and you want to power through some stuff, by all means, that is up to you. Everything, though, that is assigned will be due by 7 p.m. on Sunday. Okay, so that will be when everything is due there. My availability on any day we have class will be from 9 to 2. I should be around my computer for pretty quick feedback. After that, after 2 o'clock, I'll try to get back to you as best I can, but don't 100% expect me to be at my computer because I think it's important that we all take a little break at times. So I'm not going to be available 24/7, but especially 9 to 2 can expect me. Okay. We're all in this together. I've been doing online school myself this year, so I get it, that it's sometimes not super fun and it's not the same as being in the classroom, but I'm here to help you. Right? Feel free to email me, remind message me, whenever you need to ask questions on things, and we'll go from there. All right, have a great week, everybody, and see you soon, hopefully.